Just a hint of what I really feel. We have a thing called the reggae dollar, and I'll talk more about it later on. But it's like the reggae dollar needs like a committee of elders who would get money from reggae dollar. We're gonna sell it all over the world. It's like a fundraising ticket, And I've got to say that it's a very sad thing for me to say that the one person who really understood what this reggae dollar was and how it could be used, he sadly passed away. Is a brother from England, from Spanish Town originally. It was in England. Paul Lawrence. We miss him so much in the community there, and Paul Lawrence understood it. Paul Lawrence used to work with remittances from England being sent back to Jamaica, and he set up platforms. So I was working with the Gleaner and I believe with the Voice as well, and all of that with the communities. Brilliant, brilliant man. So when I approached him and told him, well, I got this thing called the Reggae Dollar, and this is how it is, and he says, well, oh, okay, well, that seems like a fundraising tool. I say, yeah, well, we can sell the Reggae Dollar for any show. Like, for example, if you want to do a show in Spanish Town right now, right, and you know that you have a capacity of maybe 100 people are gonna come to the show, and it's not good enough for the band. The band needs more money. Well, you can kind of reggae dollar it. Basically, get all the people in the world to say, well, in solidarity, I buy a ticket for that show, even though I'm not going to be there, but I want it to work out for you. You understand? So that could be a reggae dollar. Next thing is like how you do a dub plate. You see, so artists come to a sound system and say we're gonna do a dub plate, and then they get maybe $500, $1,000, whatever. I don't know what the rate is for dub plates, and they make a dub plate type of money off of it. You can do a reggae dollar thing too. You can say, well, my name is, I won't say the name of the artist, but I'd like to say all the names of all the artists because they have X amount of followers. Some of them have millions, you understand? So once they say that, well, I'm going to do a reggae dollar thing here, everybody buy a reggae dollar in my name because I support this cause, because it's going to build a hospital in St. Lucia, you know. So as an artist from Jamaica who wants to reggae dollar a fundraising thing in St. Lucia and all that, I said, well, I'm gonna buy a reggae dollar off of him, and then within that week, everybody just download. It's cheap, It's just like every time you do it, it's for you. 'Cause when you get to own the reggae dollar, you get some points. It's just when you buy a reggae dollar, it's like when you buy a currency. You understand? So it's not like it's just a ticket. You could resell it. You know. I'm not sure how we're gonna do that, but the idea is that you should be able to resell it. But anyway, let's just stick to the point of where that some DJ or artist or veteran from Jamaica wants to support a hospital in St. Lucia, and they do a reggae dollar, and then you have 1 million people from Holland and Germany who feel that, oh, it's very nice to see a Jamaican do something in St. Lucia. We're gonna buy the reggae dollar. Reggae dollar get downloaded. Percentage of the reggae dollar goes to the artist. Even if it was just a 10% or 20% out of 2 million reggae dollars selling at $10, wow, that's a lot of money, right? The money goes to the hospital, you cut it, and then from the reggae dollar goes to the artist, and then 20% out of every single reggae dollar transaction goes to the Jamaica Sovereign Fund, Jamaica Reggae Sovereign Fund. Now the question is, who's sitting on the sovereign fund? Who are the people sitting on it? Which committee is it? Obviously, the people who created the music. Most of them are passed away right now. But this is why I say reggae music come out of Jamaica as the innovators of it. So if you think, wow, for me, who I'd like to work with is people like Clive Hunt, as those people is like they pull music out of thin air, pull arrangements out of thin air, and they know what they're doing. You see, so we're gonna talk about the music later on. Why reggae did not come from Africa, because before reggae can come from Africa, you need to show me the Lee Scratch Perry in Africa. You know, you need to show me You need to show me. Now I'm just forgetting the name of this brother. My memory is really bad. Scientist. Who the one before scientist? King Tubby. The King Tubby of Africa. Where all these people, when you talk about Channel One, the engineering, the sound, finding all of that to find it and make it. Which part of Africa is doing that? Reggae is a sound. Reggae is a science. You know, mad professor of Africa. Where? reggae, sorry, but reggae is from Jamaica. Okay, my professor from UK, but still, my professor would agree with me when I say this. Because the innovation is the sound, the frequencies, the mixing, all these different things. You know, regardless, I lost track. Where did I begin? What was I talking? Oh yes, yeah, we're talking about who would sit on the committee for the reggae dollar of the 20% of every single transaction of the reggae dollar in the world. And the transactions are limitless because the reggae dollar now it represents the values of reggae music. So what we're talking about: unity, respect, empathy, sympathy, support, love, forgiveness. All these things that is Rastafari. We say, well, if the dollar, as we know it, does not want to get involved in reparation and repatriation, you know what I'm saying? Well, what we're going to do, we're going to involve the dollar in these issues by selling the reggae dollar. Okay? So the reggae dollar is sold against the dollar to represent those values that we have. Because if you're going to set up shows and say, okay, we're doing a fundraiser or a charity show, and you just go there and say, well, it's only based on you coming to spend dollars and you going there and giving the money there, you're losing out. You see, because the dollar as it is does not represent any of those values. You know, it's not built for those values. But the reggae dollar is built for those values. So what you do is like fire, fire with fire. So it's a dollar against a dollar. You understand? And say, well, the reggae dollar come to represent all these things. Everybody's gonna jump on it because everybody wants the environment. Everybody wants clean air. Everybody, black, white, brown, yellow, it don't matter. Everybody loves these things. These things that a lot of people try to sell to you for the profit of the dollar, but not for the profit of humanity. You know, even justice is something that you have to go by. You have to pay a lawyer for justice. Can you imagine? You understand? So, from a Rasta man and a reggae musician, we can't keep buying into this. We've got to emancipate ourselves from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. So, the Reggae Dollar Committee would be the elders who have created this. They got to get some of it. All the artists out there who know they've created this sound, they must get money for what they did. If not them, then their progeny. The Alton Ellises with the Christopher Ellises, you know, Squidly Cole, you know, all these, like I said, Clive Hunt, the Abyssinians. So the Reggae Dollar HQ, okay, I'm gonna say it. I feel the Reggae Dollar HQ should be in Trenchtown. So I would like a response from Jamaicans as far as that's concerned. Trenchtown and how that would be set up. I have ideas about that and all of that. And from the time you say you launch it, say launch it. Everybody go buy Reggae Dollar right now. If all the reggae fans in the world go and buy the Reggae Dollar right now, and you say 20% of that is going to Trenchtown, boom, Trenchtown's done. Once you build up Trenchtown, man, you go to the next place and the next place right across Jamaica. Cut out the negativity. Cut out gang rivalry. Cut out all of it because everybody got a legal hustle and everybody's riding on the same hustle. Same thing in South Africa. What you do in Trenchtown, you can do it in South Africa. You can do it in Madare Valley in Kenya. You can go and do it in Blue Downs in Cape Town. You can do it everywhere. You can do it in Brooklyn. You can do it in Baltimore. You can do it everywhere. You can do it in Watts. You can do it everywhere. It's just your decisions, you see. And the decision is right there in your hand. It's in your phone. Next thing about that thing there is that the money can also go to taking care of the kids who work very hard to get the coltan out of the ground to create the phone. So like I said to you, it's not a question about getting into business. It's a question of getting dividends out of the business we already are involved in. We were born into slavery. We got to make slavery work for us. Okay? We've got to make slavery work for us. It's time. None but ourselves can free our minds. See? Love.